The Korean War, December 1950, MiG Alley, the most dangerous skies in the world. This narrow strip of airspace along the Yalu River was a crucible of aerial combat, where the best pilots from both sides clashed in deadly dogfights. The skies were filled with the roar of jet engines and the crackle of gunfire as American F-86 Sabres faced off against Soviet-built MiG-15s. It was a place where only the bravest dared to fly, and where legends were born. Ensign Jesse Brown, the Navy's first African-American aviator, was hit by enemy fire. Brown was a trailblazer, breaking barriers in a time when segregation was still rampant in the United States. His skill and determination earned him a place in the cockpit, where he proved his mettle time and again. His plane crashed deep behind enemy lines, leaving him stranded and injured. The harsh Korean winter added to his plight, with freezing temperatures and snow-covered terrain making any hope of rescue seem impossible. Brown's situation was dire, and time was running out. Captain Thomas Hudner, his wingman, did the unthinkable. Hudner, driven by a sense of duty and friendship, made a split-second decision that would define his legacy. He couldn't leave his friend behind, not in such dire circumstances. He crash-landed his own aircraft in enemy territory to save his friend. The impact was jarring, but Hudner was determined. He knew the risks, but his resolve was unshakable. His actions were a testament to the unbreakable bond between brothers in arms. With freezing winds and enemy forces nearby, Hudner packed snow into the engine to stop a fire. The cold bit into his skin, but he worked tirelessly, his hands numb from the icy wind. Every second counted, and Hudner was relentless in his efforts, and worked desperately to free Brown from the wreckage. The twisted metal and the weight of the aircraft made the task nearly impossible, but Hudner's determination never wavered. He fought against the odds, driven by a fierce loyalty to his friend. Rescue teams couldn't reach them in time. The harsh conditions and enemy presence made a timely rescue impossible. Hudner and Brown were on their own, isolated in a hostile land. Despite Hudner's heroic efforts, Brown succumbed to his injuries. The loss was a heavy blow, a stark reminder of the brutal realities of war. Hudner stayed with his friend until the very end, his heart heavy with grief. Hudner was later awarded the Medal of Honor. This is more than a story of war. It's a story of loyalty, bravery, and the bond between brothers in arms. It's a reminder of the sacrifices made by those who serve, a sacrifice that echoes through history. The legacy of Hudner and Brown's friendship and bravery continues to inspire generations of soldiers and civilians alike. Please subscribe to watch more such interesting videos. Your support helps us bring more incredible stories of heroism and sacrifice to light.